All right, so I'm going to show you all a game, I guess. It's a lot like Mystery Science Theater. So if you're in chat, go ahead and, join along, riff along. This game is definitely something. So real quick, the premise of The Quiet Man, it is pretty much like a spiritual successor to The Bouncer, where it is just the most wrongly made beat 'em up possible. It is a horrible game in a lot of ways, but it's also amazing. The game, the first time through, gives you no audio outside the first 2.5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and play with some audio on because it's more confusing with audio. Normal, any percent means we're playing on normal difficulty. You select your difficulty right here. If that makes sense to you, maybe this is a great game for you. It doesn't make sense. So we'll go with the big guy on the left and the little guy on the right. This game also doesn't give you any real written stuff. No subtitles the first time through, but we'll play with subtitles and audio this time. And the controls. This is what the controls are. What does it mean? I don't know. One of your controls is going Super Saiyan, or as we call it, the I win button. So we'll go ahead and get started with a long cutscene. So time will begin in about 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we're going to start off with a longish cutscene. This is spoken when you play through the game the first time or subsequent times, but only this part. Everything outside of this is dead quiet, which is baffling. The story makes almost no sense, and then when you beat the game the first time, you can play through again with audio, which is what we're doing, and the game makes no sense without audio and less sense with audio. It is the most baffling experience you could have. I will give a little bit of a warning. There is a couple bits of swearing at the beginning, like 2 F-bombs, I think. I always say that because you never know if somebody is going to have an issue with that. But here we have Dane, or as I like to think of him, Wish.com's version of Leonardo DiCaprio. See, I go with the Leonardo DiCaprio from Growing Pains. Or kind of around the Basketball Diary times, the young Leo. And so, as we go through a game, the one thing about any percent, we are going to skip as much of the game as possible. Unfortunately, we have to play every button input that the game offers. And the button inputs mean we could jump to the next chapter when we're done with our final button input of each chapter. But so the bad news, you can't skip the cutscenes at all, no matter how much I am jamming on the buttons right now. Yeah, instead, you could skip all of the stuff after the final button input, which means we're only going to see an hour and a half of this game instead of seeing about, close to 2.5 hours of this game. By the way, get used to these guys. We're going to see them a lot because there's 3 character models in the game, and we're going to beat these guys up over and over. In fact, this guy, we're going to see him in every chapter, and he always looks good and healthy despite the fact that we're going to keep punching him repeatedly. So one of the other great things about skipping all of the cutscenes after the final button input on each chapter, we are not going to see the final bosses, like 2 of the 3 final bosses we will not see until the final chapter, because they only show up after the final button input on each chapter.
You stupid or very stupid?
Best line ever.
Muévase.
Oh, I was deaf, but Spanish, my ears pick it up perfect.
Be smart.
And then this game is going to transition. There are 3 different levels of visual. There is the FMV, there is the Uncanny Valley, and then there's video game. We're about to enter Uncanny Valley and then video game right here. Like, all of a sudden, it just kind of happens. And now his skin's a little shinier. Everything has bad light effects. All right, now the game finally begins. Almost 4 minutes into this thing. Oh yeah, and we will teleport. So I've just hit the I win button. There is no HUD in this game. So it's important to know, with no HUD, you'll see red and blue lights flashing on side the screen. When blue comes up, I can hit the I win button, which is the left trigger, and that'll let me go into like Super Saiyan bullet time. You'll notice repeats of the same character model in this room. Like right here, you've got 2 guys who are identical. So so you'll notice they have been watching the options menu. So I am trying strats I have not used before. That, ooh. I don't want to get hit too many times. I'm trying these strats that are known as pinball strats. If when you go I win mode, if you bounce around off of different guys, you might be able to save a little bit of time. And we definitely want to save time because this game is miserable. So here we get the backstory of Dane.
Yeah, I did it. So 33 for life. What the fuck you looking at, huh? Little bitch. That's what I did. So 33 for life, homie. This is what I represent. Homie, yeah. Homie, what the fuck you looking at, huh?
I would rather be playing Super Void right now. And we're just going teleport, by the way. So luckily we are almost done with chapter 1. We have one more set of fights, and once we get these guys in the kitchen, we will be able to teleport to the next chapter. Oh, it's a nice kitchen, except the graffiti. So there we go, we jump ahead, we skip the rest of that chapter, stuff happens, characters are introduced, they'll play important roles, doesn't matter. Because we're just going to go through a random apartment, dig around, find like a little toy from some random other game, I don't even know. So, So this guy in the picture there, Tay, he was introduced in the end of the last chapter. We skipped it. Tay is actually going to be like more or less the big bad of this game, but we're not going to see him at all, so it's going to be just confusing. But the game's confusing. Oh, and this is your mom. I call her Mom Wife. She is your mom, but also the same exact actress who plays your dead mom plays your love interest who's in the picture right there. Yeah, this game, it makes choices. Like, when they made this game, it's hard to tell, did they pick one actress for Mom Wife because they had budget issues? Because they really just wanted to lay in on the Oedipus complex? Or was it some bet? Did somebody say, I bet I could get away with this and no one will ask? Oh, more fun choices are coming up here. When you could see the subway train, there's going to be an American flag on it. Make sure you count how many stars are on that flag. Actually, we might have invited North Ohio, South Ohio, East Ohio, West Ohio. This poor guy from chapter 1, he keeps coming back for more.
The only thing you understand. You never listen. That is what you understand. Fucking stupid, crippled bastard.
Oh, and your father, who I call Cop Dad, definite father of the year. He's definitely not the worst human being possible in this game of bad human beings.
Yours.
Oh, and your father hates you because on one hand, you're deaf, which, oh, that's horrible. But on the other hand, he hates you because he blames you for Mom Wife's death. You know, the mom part of Mom Wife. Even though we see earlier Isaac, the one kid, waving the gun around going, I killed her. And he gets arrested for the murder. Whoa. So here we're introduced to a new type of enemy who is really annoying. Because he has a lot more health, and that machete, until you hit him once with a super hit, he pretty much can keep blocking you unless you're in I win mode. Alright, here comes the flag. You know, the 96 states in the Union. So here we finally get to see Cop Dad, who, I don't know, it's like, what if you took Bruce Willis and H. John Benjamin and made the worst Wish.com knockoff version? All right, here we're going to have to sit through a cutscene where if you're playing this the first time with no audio, it would just be him looking up at Mom Wife making a phone call. You wouldn't hear any of it. Also, we could press a button input for 2 seconds in about a minute and a half to jump to the next chapter.
Is there no change of plans from your BF?
Nope. He's heading his way over right now. And then he's in the air. And you're on.
You make it sound like it's a goddamn show.
It is. The greatest performance of my career.
By the way, Mom Wife has the worst effect when she goes from CGI to FMV. Like, her hair does things.
You won't.
Dane's here.
Yeah, I had a feeling I saw him a few blocks away.
Imagine this with no audio.
Isaac's asshole squad.
And you just see Dane like, hi, now I'm gonna hide.
I took care of our part. But shit, Dane. You know, Dane's his own thing.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tay's almost here. Be careful.
All right, you too.
Okay, all of that so we could run for 2 seconds. And now we could jump to the next chapter. The next chapter introduces even more interesting ideas for when you're playing with no audio, because we're going to watch a piano being played for like a minute or so with the first time through. Yeah, no audio, just watching a piano. And I should add, when I say no audio, actually the first time through, it's audio like your head was underwater. So everything's kind of... which is actually worse than just turning off the sound entirely. The entire game's a water level. Also, finally, we're in Chapter 3. And you might be thinking, hey, Chapter 3, how many are there in the game? There's actually only 6 chapters. Wait, 6 chapters, and we're only 15 minutes in? Oh, Heppenwanna lied on that estimate, and we'll get through this in no time, right? I do have to say, Chapter 6 is actually the length of 3 chapters put together. And Chapter 1 and 2 are very, very short compared to everything else. So don't worry, there is a lot more of this we will all have to deal with.
Welcome to Club Moonrise. And thank you for indulging me a little musical escape from the world.
Now just picture all of this with underwater sounds only. All of this artsy, like, let's see the inside of the piano, you know, just stylistic shots. The first time through with no audio. And the very important thing on that, for most people, it's the only time they'll see it because not many people are out of their mind enough to play through this over and over like me.
And play with Mama, Dane.
See, it'd be great if she was missing notes, and meanwhile, Dane can't hear it, so he's just like, I love this song. Just smiling along with it. Oh, and apparently the bouncer for this club, not all that good because they let this guy in. And there's that guy again from the first 2 chapters. No wounds on him.
That's all 33! Dale duro!
I have beaten him up repeatedly and not a scratch on him.
Shithead!
Oh, and with all the cutscenes, this would be a perfect point for me to be controlling the game. Like, it's a fighting game, and we have Dane fighting these guys, but no, I'm just sitting here.
Come on, asshole!
And here we have the titular Quiet Man. Oh, might I add, Lala is the name of wife of Mom Wife. Mom's name is Lorraine. So they even have the same, same alliteration to their name, Lala and Lorraine. And, oh, the superhero landing. That's how we know this is going to be exciting. That poor guy, third chapter in a row that I beat him up. And then every time you finish the final hit for a fight, it goes in that weird slow motion. So this is probably my favorite chapter for a lot of reasons. It is so ridiculous. We're going to have just random parkour, including off of a guy's head. We're going to have our first fight against the Quiet Man. We're also going to see how dumb Dane can be. Because he's fighting a guy with a cattle prod. And let's see how this fight will play out. Alright, get the I win going. At this point, the fight is really easy. Alright, so this fight ends. How does Dane deal with a cattle prod? Only the smartest way possible. Like, he's dodging it repeatedly. He dodged it and decided to grab the end of it. Dane is not the hero we want. He is the hero we deserve. For playing this game, we deserve very bad things. Those special effects are just top tier. Let's do some parkour for no reason. I think supposedly. I mean, it's like that kitchen earlier, how big that kitchen was. You don't find that in a slum apartment in New York. Alright, here comes my favorite character in the game. We only get him for a second. Bald guy parkour. Just jump off his head, because why not? Did that guy just bounce off my head? Nah. I honestly don't know. Like, this game, I don't know when I actually have control. Actually, to put it best, I don't have control even when I'm playing. And good news, we can now go to the next chapter. Because we were about to be introduced to one of the two main baddies, and we don't want to have that. We want to continue not knowing what's going on. He always has a look like a sad puppy dog. That one guy. As long as I keep working on my car, nothing bad will happen to me. And meanwhile, there is one guy who was facing the camera back there while the action was behind him. If you have any like visual or photosensitivity, this game is a horrible mess. All right. Time for even more fights. Because we're finally at the point in the game where we are going to just have a lot of fights going on. Oh, so with the controls, I should point out, primarily I'm mainly using just a few buttons, but we're actually going to have to use the dodge button coming up in the next chapter.
Now look, if I have not made myself clear, you're to remain outside of Sol 33 domain for now until I say otherwise. We're just going off a chatter right now. I don't want the whole goddamn ACLU up our dicks just because we infringe someone's right to be an asshole. So hang tight. If I need you, you drop like the hammer of hell. Ash out.
I love that they try and make it seem like it is a serious crime drama with that type of, you know, narration over all of those city shots. Okay, that guy kept blocking me. I had to just take him down. Poor guy. Well, you do have kind of a grab button you could use to grab the your opponents. However, I call it the soft lock button because you could grab them and push them through the geometry into the out of bounds areas. And until you kill everyone on the screen, you cannot leave any fight.
This girl's off limits, you understand? No matter what happens tonight. Tell your little amigos that if they even see her, they're supposed to run in the opposite direction. Got me? Hey, you don't believe me? You take it up with Isaac.
Are you proud of yourself?
So right here, Cop Dad is blaming you for Mom Wife's death.
And do you understand the depths of what you've done?
How dare you hold your mom's hand and go skipping down the street and then her get shot by 2 other kids? How dare you, son? See, that's what we didn't all realize. AI has been around longer than we thought, because this game, there is no other explanation. Oh, so now we get the candle room. Supposedly, according to people in the speedrun community for this, this is Dane's apartment, which Dane is special with his shrine to Mom Wife. Yep. You know, all the candles, the...
We don't need words.
Yeah, this is all completely normal. I hear you with my blood, sing for me. Dane's a perfectly healthy, you know, normal, well-balanced young
What, do
man.
you think you're the hero now, Dane? When have you ever been anything but the villain?
And now we get to fight the Quiet Man in a room of trash cans and microwaves. It's kind of like Comcast, where, you know, they did bad enough where they're like, no, we're Xfinity now. Just don't associate us with that. No, we're Roundhouse, Human Head. Ooh, I don't know who those people are. So in the next room, we have a character who I think the actor must have won like a contest to be in a video game, because this character model is only used in this room. Completely different character model, but also he's going to go down really fast. Physics. Physics does, you know, things. I mean, how many times have I teleported? Like right there. I mean, have you watched it? It's great. So that's some bad menuing, but all right. Now we are into chapter 5, where we get a for real boss fight and more nonsense and more of the 96 stars and 13 stripes. I mean, I don't know if I'm pretty sure Dane is not the good guy in this game. Wait for the scene to load. So we just run in a circle for a bit, because, oh no, can it be that miserable of an experience? We're all laughing, we're having fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you play this game alone, it will break your head. It'll break your brain. Well, here we have a new enemy. This guy is actually a jerk, because he is going to charge me and knock me down, and if he does that, I lose like a good 20 seconds getting back up. And we are going to see him several times. So each time I'm going to target for him, just because I'm sure we don't want to spend an extra 20 seconds more than needed with this wonderful experience. So this is a point in the game where it's like, maybe it could actually be a real game and we could just have a lot of fighting. Oh, by the way, compressed gas cylinder have gases like, you know, gas, like air and things. These apparently are filled with gasoline, which is not how they work. But the AI who programmed this, it didn't know better. So the next room has something really unique where it is the only room with RNG because I think the game is broken in more ways than it's obviously broken. So this next room, you can have any number of enemies and sometimes they're already dead. Okay, so this is the normal amount of enemies for this room. But I have seen it before where I've had extra enemies, I've had less enemies, and one of the world records for this game has the yellow guy already dead when he enters the room. So now we get a big boss fight, which isn't really too much different than anything else, except for it's a more drawn out fight.
No need to yell, Dane. I ain't the deaf one.
I want that mask. I really, for how bad it is. I mean, I speedrun this game. I might as well go full in and just cosplay as it.
We're both done playing games. You know what I like the best about you, Dane? You can't hear a fucking word I say.
He can read lips.
To beat the living shit out of you. Tell you how much of an idiot you are. And always have been. And you can't hear a word of it.
He is reading your lips. You gotta love that gold statue. By the way, apparently you can actually interact with the gold... Oh! That is not what I'm supposed to do. It's always all about Dane. What about me? I'm the statue man.
Because if you weren't, you would have seen everything. Your mother, Tay.
Wait, who's Tay? Oh yeah, we've skipped every cutscene of Tay.
That's the best part, isn't it? Dear old dad.
Jimmy Carter!
Oh, I understand it now. Blindness. And I can tell you because, well, we're such good old friends, aren't we?
Eventually.
What's happening to you?
Next chapter.
You're blinded by grief. Me, by ambition. I got stupid because I got stuck with somebody else's game. After I'm through with you, somebody's got.
See, the whole reason chapter 6 is so much longer than the other ones is they're like, oh, we've got to have Dane actually beat up like white people. Let's just make a long chapter of it. All right. I'm done with this game. Oh, his facial expressions this chapter are great. Cop Dad steals this chapter. Like right there, Dane just beating up people again.
Shit.
Way to help me out, Cop Dad. You could kick me repeatedly as a child, but you can't beat up like grown adults. Just go and make us a snack, you know. I'm getting hungry watching you beat up these people. So these guys in the red shirts and suspenders are one of the most annoying characters in this game. They are hard to hit, they could dodge, they could block, and they love putting them in rooms that have a lot of enemies. So if there's any chance of seeing the bad game over scene in this game, it'll be in a room with those guys. Ugh. Dang, you gotta clean up after yourself. So this upcoming fight is the hardest one, I'd say, in the whole game, just because they throw a lot of garbage at you. By the way, if you're wondering who is this guy, he's been in every chapter, but we've skipped every cutscene with him.
For years.
He also happens to be the only actor in this game who I think actually tried his hardest to act.
From the bottom of my heart, I believe you've been a pawn in someone else's game.
Like, he's the one person when this is a horrible script, but I'm a professional. I'm going to try.
Right here and now. We can fix it. Look, we can fix this.
Where's Lala?
This ain't about Lala. This is about us. I got mad. I know. But shit. We've been family for years. And nothing's ever come between us until tonight. Until her. Please. We can talk it out. It can go back to the way it was.
That look on his face. He wants a hug. Poor little fella.
All right, then. Have at it, play.
Yeah, we're just gonna kind of bounce all over the place here. Just another night at Chili's.
Woo! God damn! I love to watch you work, Dave. Remember who taught you that shit? Huh? Remember who taught you how to be a man? When your father turned his back on you.
Well, I'm right here.
He's confusing you. She's confusing you. Even Isaac. Rest his pony ass in Dominican hell. What's confusing you? I'm the only one that tells you the truth. Hey. You're my dog. You want to survive tonight? Reset the clock. Who put you against me? They're your enemies. Not me. Isaac left the vacuum. You could be the one to fill it. If you kill that fucking pig right now and end this shit.
What's great is Cop Dad right now going like, you wouldn't kill me. Oh, wait, I'm the abusive father. He might kill me. Oh no.
Let the girl go.
I feel sorry for you. I was the only one that ever loved you.
My mom who died, she loved me.
Remember that.
Mom wife really loved me until you shot her and killed her along with Isaac when we were kids. Imagine sitting through all of that with no audio. So now comes one of the final bosses. This guy was throughout the whole game, but only in the second half, all the cutscenes we skipped. I call him Man Bun.
Appreciated what you had, Dane. A home.
He is the comic relief that you keep picking on the entire game.
You and that bitch. I promise you, it wasn't worth it. You broke my damn window. And my damn nose.
He's the only person who you hit in a previous chapter, and he actually keeps that damage all these many hours later. Also, one time I actually had him pull off one of these slow motion I win moves on me. And it lasted for a whole minute. Trying to figure out when you could hurt him is incredibly hard because he'll go from dodging everything to all of a sudden going, no, now you can hit me. Especially right there, knuckle to knuckle punch.
Lola?
By the way, pay attention where Cop Dad got shot. And keep in mind, Dane was standing fully in front of his entire left side. I'm not going to say Dane is a ghost, but Dane's a ghost.
You. Me. And now I've killed both your parents. I never meant to. I never. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! You wanna be a daddy now? You wanna be a fucking daddy now? This is on you! I need you to understand that. See, your mother? That was an accident. Why now? Why him?
Although he's running his mouth when it was the police radio chatter, because that was him.
What the fuck is this? See, I understand jealousy, hate, greed. What the fuck is that?
It's a mask. I mean...
What did they do to you?
Well, I had a dad beat me up repeatedly as a kid, and you, my best friend, who just shot my dad, also killed my mom.
I'm sorry. But you gotta put down a rabid dog.
See, this game just makes me want to have a very stiff drink. A lot of them.
Baby. Come here, baby.
Look at these shoes, aren't they nice?
Come on, man, give me my shit!
Look at these shoes. These are... Oh, you're so weak. Look at you, so weak. These are mine.
Give me the shoes or I'll shoot. Put the shoes
I
down,
don't got the
man.
cojones to use that.
Put them down.
No,
Come on, man, put it down. It's not a game.
you ain't got the cojones to use that.
Put them down, man.
Nah, these are mine, man.
Come on, man. It doesn't end this
You
way.
got the
Come on,
cojones to
put
use
it down.
There's a guy holding a gun. I'm going to run up and wave at him. So, Dad, do you ever look up at the stars and wonder what's out there? Why didn't the bullet hit you?
Save.
Save the beef.
Save her. This time.
They all acknowledge that mom wife is the same woman every time.
Why does he need to process his pain? He deserves it.
Dad of the year.
Mr. Ash, what's happened to all of you won't go away. Not unless you confront it. All of it. He's using this quiet man to process his feelings. His fantasy of how that day could have gone.
And so what you're saying, hang on, so you're saying that this quiet man is his idea of a hero.
Jesus, that's a fucked up kid.
Dad of the year.
Sometimes the things that we need the most are the things that are the most frightening.
Take your weird mask.
That's your idea of a hero. And goddamn it, use it.
He's not looking at you. He can't hear you. He can't read your lips right now.
Is it him again? Quiet man? It's okay. Show me.
Yeah. We actually had Tay doing sign language as far back as chapter 1 if we would have watched all of it.
Sounds like...
Nope. No, he's not you, because you're this scrawny little kid. I am the Bat.
Everyone dies.
I don't know if that's heroic. Could I just play pool instead? I just punched him up to the ceiling. I didn't know we're doing this right now. You said we have 5 minutes still.
Dane?
I can't really read your lips through these goggles, and I can't say anything through this mask. I mean, you put on that mask. Oh wait, I had a gun. All right, so that's the game, and I guess we're done right here because Dane's now dead. Well, I mean, realistically, how could we come back from this? I mean, unless this game just really goes out of left field and decides, let's have demonic superpowers in the last, like, 10 minutes of this game. Yeah. It goes a little off the rails.
I bet when your dad was an asshole, she didn't have to say anything, and he would just melt. I wish I could have met her.
You are her.
So this is where Lala should run away when she goes, I wish I could have met your mom. Dane goes, you are her. You know, you, the woman who I have a crush on. Let me show you a picture of my dead mom who looks just like you. So it's been nice knowing you, Dane. I've got to get going. Don't call me.
You told me.
Robin never loved me.
By the way, there he just called Cop Dad Robert. Cop Dad has been called Ash this entire game, and all of a sudden, one time they call him Robert. If you're not paying attention, it's like, who the hell is Robert?
I wish you could save us both.
And bonkers in about 3, 2, 1. There we go. That look on Tay's face of... Okay, that just got stupid. Oh, fun thing. This gun can kill you in one shot. Send in. Send in the goons. You're probably thinking that's enough goons, right? Nope. Where are they at? We've got a lot of goons to face. More goons? There you guys are. Yeah, we just do this for a while. So unlike the clones, Tay can take a lot of the same hit over and over. Seriously, Tay, just stay down. If this game has anything, jarring cuts. So that's gotta be it. You know, we just beat the final boss. Now we're going to beat him into a pulp.
You're my brother.
So all of these are scenes from earlier that we didn't see where they were actually good friends. What they need was the camera shake with this scream right here, just for that full, cheesy, you know, effect. Somebody save me. Dane, I cannot sleep with you screaming like that. All right, I've got to take care of you now. stop, Krusty. He's already dead.
Free, Dane. You don't have to be the quiet man anymore.
I killed her. I killed her.
So there were red flags. You could have left. Instead, you kissed his bloody mask.
It hurts without him.
Let it hurt. Let it in.
I can't. Why can't I hear? What? Why can't I hear?
After everything that happened tonight, your congenital birth, deafness is what you're going to focus on, not that you just beat your best friend's face into hamburger. Yeah. Got shot. Oh no. Suspense. When the law isn't enough.
You're him. You took her. I'm going to keep her safe.
With staggered diction.
I'm going to save her.
It's over. I'm safe. Why are you doing this? Leave him alone.
No, this has to happen, Lorraine.
No, she's Lala. Lorraine's your dead wife.
It's time.
So, time will be after we beat him. There will be a cutscene in the middle. By the way,
I brought back the quiet man, but you have to bury him forever. You want her. I wanted revenge on Isaac and Tay. Didn't you? Don't you? You want me dead! I want you whole.
all right, next jarring cut will be time. We have one final bit, but first Dane is going to get rid of his arch nemesis, the cattle prod.
I want to make up for what I did.
So time will be as soon as we get the next jarring cut.
I want to change. No more games in the dark, Dane. Lived there for too long. Please, just let it go.
And that's time. Like I said, jarring cut. And also, that would be a PB by about 6 minutes. Oh, that game it's magic. I'm not sure if it's good magic, like, Merlin magic or evil black magic, or just garbage magic. But that is a game you have to share with others, because if you play it alone, it makes your brain go into bad places, wondering what you're doing with your life. So the other really great thing about this, first time you play through, so the very first time I played this is for Extra Life, and I'm streaming it, I upload all of the VODs to YouTube afterwards, and end up with a copyright strike for the game that has almost no sound for, like, when I first played it, it was over 3 hours and had a copyright strike. And you're probably wondering, how does that happen? So the audio comes back in about 30 seconds if you're playing the quiet mode, just in time for the final closing credits.
I'm sorry, Dane.
Which is a really, like, in terms of the quality that they usually put out, a really bad song from Imogen Heap that happens to have copyright strikes. So, like, this right here, all of a sudden, it cuts over this, and audio comes back as soon as the music does, and it's a copyright strike. Which is genius. It is genius. Another wardrobe change. And she just looks over them like, "Aw, my precious little boys, fighting to the death." Yeah. And then, like, if it was to continue playing, this is when I do that, because it's the one part you can't have audio. This game... Oh, and what's great is all of the achievements for this game are off of lyrics of the song. And even though the song's not playing, with the subtitles, you could see the lyrics. And they are bad lyrics. So the name of all of the achievements are things like, When Everything is Lost, I think, is the achievement for beating the first chapter. Mixed Feelings Seed a Hurricane of Hearts. Because the trouble with me is the trouble with you. By the way, there's an achievement for beating this game without being hit once. Which means, imagine playing through this for multiple hours and getting hit during one of the last fights. And then going, well, gotta reset and replay the entire game again. So the speedrun categories for this game, there's normal any percent, hard any percent. Then there is Blessed Silence and Remumbled, both normal and hard. Blessed Silence is playing through with the no audio. Remumbled is playing with the audio. And then the two categories that have no runs in them, no hit normal and no hit hard, because no one has dared to speedrun this and not get hit. It is one challenge. I have played this game way too many times. That's one challenge not even I am out of my mind enough to do. It's something. It is something. And to think people put their names. Oh, written by Man of Action. Yeah, whoever wrote this was like, nope, not putting my real name on it. Oh, what's real hard is there is a, I've never seen it, but my understanding is a well-regarded movie, Irish movie called The Quiet Man. So when you try and look up this train wreck, you instead get, oh yes, it's a brilliant piece of cinematography. Wait, what? And meanwhile, I just showed you the dark side of that title. Who's saving who? There's my favorite line. In the time that it takes for a smile to cross the room. In the time that it takes to be finally understood. Like, my partner loves the music, or at least enjoys the music of Imogen Heap. And when she heard this song at the end of the game, she just went, nope, this thing has ruined everything it touches. And that's why I say, everyone out there, if you're looking for a great game to speedrun, I mean, here you go. It's such a great game, so much fun. And it's not just speedrunning a game, it's like speedrunning a movie. Fine cinema. Oh, and what's really good is the very first time you beat this game, like the first week it came out, it did not have the remumbled. It did not have the audio. So the very first time you go through the game, if you beat it in its first week, which I did for Extra Life, it ends with a phone, like somebody's emptying their pockets. So they put like a cell phone, some keys, some change, a wallet onto a table. And all of a sudden, the phone starts ringing. And while it's ringing, it just goes, to be answered. And it has a timer counting down to when the patch comes out to put the audio in. You need that stinger to set up the Quiet Man 2. Quiet Man 2. And meanwhile, Dane went to jail, not Cop Dad.
We really gonna try for round 2? Old man?
Game if you are. Son.
He called him son, finally! Oh. Most beautiful game ever. And there you go. That was the bulk of the experience. You're welcome-ish. I'm sorry. So the good news, I will be back in a few hours, and I'll actually have something that's good and cute and wholesome.